Hey everybody, all right. A little more calm now, as you'll be able to ascertain after my, I don't call it tirade, but I get very passionate. It's not angry, it's passion. So um, I just had some ice cream, so I had my dinner, and what I have, I had a chicken and mashed potatoes with this spicy um, sauce that they got at Trader Joe's. Man, that shit was spicy. But it's okay. And then I had excuse me, some Haagen Dazs vanilla bean, the finest. I could taste the quality in ice cream. It's like kind of like you get what you pay for. When you pay women, you get what you. Hey, I didn't say what I do. Okay, I didn't say I do anything, but I say you can pay. There's no it's not illegal to pay women. It's illegal to pay them for you know for them to do the heavy lifting. I guess we can call it like that. But believe me, escorts is not illegal. You're allowed to pay women to go out to dinner with you. You're allowed to pay women to accompany you. Um, so one woman told me one time, you pay one way or the other. So I don't care if you're married or whatever, you pay one way or the other. So let's just be honest with each other, right? I like the thumbnail that I put up. I'm not very good with graphics, special effects, or anything. I just let myself this is about me talking. It's not about me using visual effects or anything. But I want to talk a little about societal norms or social norms, accepted things, and why. Think about this. That picture I put up, that suspicious. Let me show that again to you, if you didn't see it. You see this face, this guy. The report suspicious. Suspicious. Oh, okay. Well, look, there are things that are considered suspicious out there, but here's where the problem herein lies. Psychologically, now we're doing things a little bit different. Okay, we're trying to do pickup, we're trying to do things. This is a little different, therefore it can be considered suspicious. Okay, now here's the problem. All of a sudden now, what you're doing to some people are considered suspicious. So psychologically, you're going to start thinking, oh no, oh, I can't do anything different because that's considered suspicious. So now this suspicious activity psychologically now is going to keep you from being bold, for the most part. I mean, if you think about it, because now you're worried about what everybody else thinks about you because everything is so suspicious. You know what? I say fuck it. I say fuck it because you know what you're doing is not illegal. Suspicious implies you're up to no good. Up to no good implies an illegal activity. Okay. So let's get this in our head. That way, we cannot allow fear of looking suspicious stop us from achieving anything in life. Okay. Now I know this might sound dumb, and I know it might sound weird, and I know it might sound like I'm crazy, but listen, no one talks about this but me. Okay. And unfortunately, it's something. Look, we have to not unfortunately. I'm sorry. Like we need to put in our minds that we are not going to allow what other people think stop us from fulfilling our potential, whatever it is. Now, with me, it's about meeting the kind of women I like, becoming financially successful, becoming, achieving my career goals, everything, everything. Now, you don't understand. I'm not going to cherry pick and do little things here. I want it all. Just like the people that own the real estate, those big developers, they want it all too. And guess what? They're very wealthy because it's like what the Gordon Gecko said, greed is good. And there's a lot of truth to that. Like if you're poor, why not be greedy? You're poor, man. Hey, think big. Shoot for the stars. You might hit the moon. Okay? You want to think big. You open up your mind and stop thinking to yourself like $100 is a lot. That's that's psychological. That's the government's way of keeping you nice, sweet, and low. And it's not sweet; it's just low is what you are. That's why they only have the $100 bill. It's the biggest. Yeah, yeah. What is $100, man? Like you buy a house with $100 and you put a down payment on a house. What can you do with $100? You know it's nothing. If you're poor, it's like a lot, but you know it doesn't go very far. You can even agree that. You can even agree with that. So my point is that they're trying to show you this thing, trying to make it seem like it's a lot, but it's really nothing. Now, can you imagine? Most people work. What does he work minimum wage? You might be walking out with 100. You might be making maybe 200 a day. So that's a full fucking day of work. You're making two bills, maybe one. What is that? It's nothing. Of course it's nothing. Of course it's fucking nothing. But you're working all day for one of those nothings. Because you see, that's how slavery works. If you go back and you listen to any of my other episodes, you know I talk about this. I've discussed this in its entirety. Okay. Now there's this guy. He just sold this building not far from me, 4 or 5 blocks away, and some developer bought the building and the house next door. And the building is nice, like 9 units or something like that. And the dude, you know, I couldn't pin it down how much he got exactly, but it was some serious money. And this guy, is fucking helping like these young people. They bought a refrigerator. This guy backbreaking work. This fucking retard. Not the guy that bought the refrigerator. The fucking guy that sold the building. He's helping them load the refrigerator on a truck. And I don't know how much he gave it to him for, a couple hundred or something like that. And it's like doing this ridiculous where I'm standing there, I'm waiting to talk to the guy because I want to see if I can get all the fixtures in this giant fucking apartment building before I asked the guy, the demolishers, that it goes to a scrapyard. The shit's all worth money. I'm thinking big, you know, and I just don't get it. I just don't fucking get it. This guy selling a refrigerator, doing backbreaking work to make a little. He made millions off the sale of the fucking the sale of the apartment building, and he's squabbling for pennies. What a fucking goon! I mean, he's smart that he got into real estate, owned the building, smart. But like, I could feel the miserness. God, it would be like, dude, if I sold a building and he has no kids. I asked him, I talked to him, no kids, no pets, no nothing, just fucking clear. Who knows, 5 million maybe got, maybe more. Who knows? I mean, can you imagine the kind of women that woman I saw today? Can you imagine if I would have saw her walk by with her friend, and she went like this to me, and I would just go up and say, it's a real shame because I have all of this. I would pull out like 30, 40,000. Just go. I have all of this, and I have nobody to give it to. That's when you have power. Don't you get it? Don't you? That's basically what it is. That's what these celebrities do. It's like walking around with a stack of cash. They know you're rich. It's not, you don't understand. It's not Jennifer Lopez because she's like a decent looking Latina woman. It's Jennifer Lopez because it's worth 100+ million. That's the beauty. It's the money. It's the money is what's beautiful. Anybody denies that, you are a liar, okay? You are a fucking liar, all right? It's not the fucking pot thing that they're celebrity. It's the money that's tied to them. It's the power. Think about that. Like I cry and bitch over just one little watch. Do you know what a 10,000? Do you know what that is to them? To them, they could go, okay, tomorrow morning, go, and they have in the vault, they have like stacks of cash. I guarantee you, all these people in their vault, they have like those big gold bricks, or they have them in sorry, if they could have it in the big blocks too, but they probably have the monster boxes, which have like 500 eagles in there. So because it's easy to liquid, I mean, you don't understand. I think Stallone showed his watch collection was like 300 watches. Okay, dude, you know what 300 like times 10,000, and that's cheap. So, dude, you don't understand how wealthy, how powerful these people are. Trying to sell one property that is one for 100 million. Okay, that's just one. He has many of them and many of things. This is what the power. This is what you have done, you and me. Yeah, I'm guilty too. I paid to go watch Rocky Balboa in the theater. See, I contributed to this to this separation, but he was already up there anyway. I didn't. So, but my point is like this is you don't understand. These people, these select few, relative few to everybody on the planet, top 1%, they don't have to run after any woman because those women line up literally. Now they might not literally line up outside their compound or their mansion, but my point is, do you see? It was like the Sultan of Brunei. He was on a plane, and a stewardess, whatever, he just like, and he's like this, and she married him. How's she gonna say no? He's the richest man in the world at the time. It's like Jeff Bezos, he wanted like Lauren Sanchez or whatever. She's a nothing. She commented on my show. I never got to meet her. Big deal. She's nothing. She's sassy. She thinks she's something. She probably, said, I'll do anything you say. Of course. Of course you would. Who wouldn't? What woman wouldn't for the richest man in the world? You understand. And any woman says, oh, no, I can't be bought. Well, somebody did buy you. No, I earned my own money. Yeah, but you married somebody wealthier or something. Don't lie. Don't lie. Power and status is everything. It's everything. I'm going to say it one last time. And if it's not, then you are you're an NQ. You're non-qualifier. You're non-qualifier. There's plenty of women they really don't care about money, and they sure enough look like they don't. Okay, it costs money to keep yourself up, no matter what. No matter what, good food, good nutrition, good training, you have trainers, all of that costs money. Gym membership, time, energy, equipment, all costs money. It all costs money. Okay? Anabolics cost money. Good nutrition and powder, whatever, supplements, all cost money. It's not free. They use the farce that the farce is that, oh no, it's love, it's love. Yeah. Yeah, well, what is that guy like? How successful is that guy? You might say that, but you are fooling yourself. I told you about my uncle. It wasn't until my uncle became vice president of one of the biggest limousine companies in this country that he married his Jap, okay? Now you got to understand that. You've got to understand reality, just like his girlfriend left him for the producer of The Price is Right back in the 80s, late 70s, okay? I learned reality of life. They don't teach you this in school. I learned this the hard way. I learned this by example, like by seeing this. And then my uncle got screwed again when his Jap, whatever, Jewish American princess left my uncle. But they got a daughter. They got my cousin Hallie in the middle. The left my uncle for some dude, a family friend that got divorced. That he's worth 100 million. Of course, of course. Come on, come on, man. Don't tell me it's not all about money. It's tied to power and prestige. It's the same thing. It's the same thing. Money is a vague term. If I say power, prestige, I mean money. It's all tied to that. Because people with power and prestige have money. Now, there are people that don't really have prestige. They have money that gives them some power. We have to look at things, you know, the real way, the way it is. I live in a very high end area, but I am not high end. Okay. And, there's places, all these high end restaurants, and these nightclubs that are, you bottle service. You can't just walk in. You can't. There's somebody at the front to check you in. You can't just walk right in. You used to be able to do it to all these things. But these places kind of smartened up and they goes, no, look, we can't just have somebody just walk in. You got to be kind of like invited. Ah, status kind of thing. Now there's this place, Craig's or whatever. I know. Ironically, my ex-girlfriend claims that she owns 10% of. Now, I don't know to believe her or not. It doesn't matter because she's a cheap cunt, a tightwad. So you could put it in that order if you want. So either way. So she also claims she owns 10% of Chiconi's, which is like a block away from there too. And this is a woman that she recycles tea bags. I mean, come on, it's a sickness. Um, that's why I'm not with her because anybody that's that cheap that has so much, and then she tries to validate her sickness based on the fact that she goes, well, I'm wealthy because I'm so cheap. And I go, no, you're not, sweetheart. You're wealthy because you basically you snowballed it off of real estate. You bought one condo for 100,000. It went up to like 175. You sold it for like 175. Then you teamed up whatever with your husband at the time. You bought a house for like 350, and then that went up to 1,000,025. So you sold that for 1.25. You bought another house for like 800,000. You pocket the 400,000. You sold that. You see what I mean? It's not because she's recycling tea bags, okay? So and then she can't even live. Look, she can't even live in a house. It's got to be rented out. That's how fucking she can't even enjoy. Do you own the house or does it own you? Okay. Okay. So what? So she got like two houses, or she claims she does around here on Oakwood or whatever. They're rented out. Let's say the 10,000 a month, and then she lives in a little dinky little apartment in West Hollywood. 2,000 a month. Oh, the rent's paid. Yeah. Don't you get to live in a fucking house that you own? And then she like is always scrambling for work. Now, the reason I'm talking about this is because this is not the type of person that I want to be around. That's a money hoarder, a money sick. Now, 50, she's gonna be 50. I'm not far from 50. When are you gonna enjoy life? You're never gonna enjoy life because you're fucking so busy on the always working, always trying to make more and more and more. It's a sickness. Listen to Wayne Dyer. He talked about this. The sickness of more. Always never gonna be enough, huh? It's never gonna be enough. I don't want to be with a woman like that. Money is supposed to be a tool. Like I said, if I saw that woman I liked, how much do you need? Everybody's got a price, right? Get it? The price is right. Everybody's got a price, right? And it is true. It is true. Don't let the narrative fool you, okay? And that's a problem in this life is that you want to pretend that I mean they build I mean you should see some of these houses not far from me. Giant bushes, you can't even see in. Of course, they're hiding. It's like they want to be here, but they don't want anybody. Of course, they don't. They don't want to see how rach. They don't want to see how rich they are, and that's not even showing you anything. That's just showing you like who knows what they have. Become umgestuft in Yiddish. That means overstuffed. You know, this one old lady. This man around the block from me, a couple blocks. There's like a house that looks like something out of Sanford and Sons, right? It doesn't fit. It's like the last. It's a dilapidated house. There's like all these nice houses all around, and that one looks like a fucking garbage. There's this woman in there. I talked to her one time, and she's been in the area like I've been here for almost 50 years. She's been there longer, and she's like 62 years old, no teeth or anything. And she was like feeding parakeets. I go, well, we start talking. I go, can I ask you something? She goes, yeah. What? And I go, what's going on? What do you? He says, well, we own the house, and yeah, we know it's a tear down. We don't care. And with me and my sister, I want to move to the valley. I want to get to. What are you? What are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? You got offers, developers offering you millions. What are you waiting for? No teeth? What is wrong with you? It's a sickness. It's a sick. What do you wait? The day that will never come? And she knows that security guard too, that guy that I told you about. He's waiting for the day that will never. Now he's got like 4-stage cancer. He doesn't, you know, could have sold this place a long time ago, gone wherever you want. What are you waiting for? You got millions. You only got so much time on this planet. She's got no kids or nothing. All these people that I'm talking about, they have no kids or nothing. What they have is called a sickness, okay? And it's like, I can't, even if I tell them, it doesn't matter. I did. I told my ex-girlfriend, I told her, you have a sickness. And she doesn't understand it. Her parents, and her parents are the same way. They're misers too. But they're already old. You don't expect old people, they don't need it. And then she goes, why don't they take trips? Why don't they? Why don't you? Why don't you spend some of that goddamn money? I told you, sell those houses. We could go live by the beach, Malibu, or a penthouse or something. What is wrong with you? I've seen women like this before. I call them poor millionaires, is what they are. They don't know how to live while they're alive. I mean, look, I told you about that dance thing that I go to sometimes. It's in Anaheim or Irvine. I live in Hollywood. I take the Metrolink. I don't have a car, so I'll take the train all the way down there, and then I'll take a taxi home. $100, but it's fun. It's a lot of money for a taxi. Yeah. I know, but I get to go have fun, and people don't do that. They don't. They're misers and hoarders. But they go to these expensive restaurants. I mean, I don't know if that's their idea of fun. I don't see it fun. I can't meet anybody there. You know how many years I went to bars and nightclubs? They're conducive meeting environments. And I do my dancing and big deal. People come up to women, but I never get them. They go back to their girlfriends or their guy friends or whatever. I mean, I'm not trying to sound like I'm special, but you don't know the life that I led. It's called lone wolfing. You're by yourself, man. Guys do not feel you. There's no sympathy out there in the real world. They see you trying to hit up on chicks, and those guys get defensive. They want to knock you out of that equation, not physically, but they want to get you the fuck out of there. That's why I became like a fucking, I became a fighter, a defender. I call it more of a defender. I hate that, if you say you're a fighter, it's like it's saying you're going out looking for trouble. I'm not. My friend tells me I'm looking for trouble, is what he said. I'm looking for trouble. Me trying to meet women I'm attracted to. I'm looking for trouble. This is what you call the narrow-minded Moiridic mindset. What's a Moiridic? In Yiddish, Moiridic means like a scared pussy. You're scared. You're Moira. You're scared. A Moiridic is like a scared pussy person. Is that the way to go through life? Being a Moiridic? Scared of everything? Does that sound like somebody that's going to be successful in life? Does that sound like somebody that's bold in life, in anything? Now, there's no guarantees, man. There's no guarantees because I'll tell you, I stuck my neck out there really fucking hard. And I got thrown out of places, but I tried. I sure as hell fucking tried. And that's all I can say. I don't have much success to show. I don't. But I can tell you I fucking tried. I don't even want to talk about how hard I tried to push my movie script and my resume and stuff like that. Okay? It's beyond ridiculous. I don't want to get off topic. I want to stick to about societal norms. Now remember what I said about suspicious. That word can be misconstrued very easily because it's a vague term. All vague terms are not specific, hence they are vague. Now, when you see that thing, it says all suspicious activity will be reported. Good. Say to yourself in your mind, I don't care what people think. Remember, The Rock goes, it doesn't matter what you think. It doesn't matter what you think. That's really important. When you tell somebody, it doesn't matter what they think. And if the police come, then you can engage them. What's the problem, officer? Is there any problem? Well, am I free to go? Of course, you're not doing anything wrong. Remember, this is your movie. You're the star. You direct, you produce it. You're the lead. You decide who's in it, and you call the fucking shots. It's your life equals your movie, period. Police are like nothing more than security to the soundstage. Okay? Do not allow anybody to keep you from trying. You're not doing anything wrong. Do not allow that suspicious word, that sign, the pressure of society that's trying to hold you down. Because that's what it is. That's what it is. Trying to keep you from being bold. That's what's suspicious, you know. Now, there are people out there that are no good doers, no gooders. Okay? But that's not what you're doing. That's not what I'm doing. And if you know it, then you are not suspicious. And you know it. You're not doing anything illegal or trying to. You're not suspicious. Now, there's morons out there that don't know any better. And fuck them. There's dumb police out there too. Believe me, I've seen plenty of them. Listen, there's good cops too. They do it's an incredibly difficult job. I have tremendous respect for them. But if they harass me, then fuck them. There's bad out there and everything. Okay? You have to be looking out for yourself. No one's going to help you. And if they're not going to help you, what does that mean? Then they're irrelevant. If they're not going to help you, then what good are they? Now, you don't have to go around hating it, you know. That doesn't help you, too. You don't need to create enemies. What you want, what you're better off trying to have friends that would help you. But I don't see guys, other guys helping me or other women. One time, I will tell you about a story about one woman. I would see her at the library. I don't know if she had like scoliosis or something. She'd walk like really hunched over and something. Me and this guy would talk about her. But I remember I talked to her one time. She looked like she could have been something maybe in the 70s or something, but she's old. And she told me, she goes, "Oh, if we go out dancing, I could help you meet women because you're with me." And I thought about it and I was like, wow, okay, you're right on that one. You're right on that one. So you see, there are people that give back. There are, get it, give back. Okay, I know that was a low blow there. I know, low blow. Get it? I try to like humor, No, it is true story with that woman though. Like it is true story. Look, I told you I helped this, and I think I saw her the other day. The woman, the orange juice woman. She couldn't even make it across the street. Another one that looked like maybe in the 60s. Let me tell you something. There's like this short woman. She's too old, way, way, way too old. But I could what she must have looked like in the late 60s or something. Oh my god, I can imagine. Um, but I helped her across the street. She couldn't make it, and it's like, I wish that fucking woman that turned me down today would saw me help like some older people. Really, kind of saw what I'm about. That's what sucks. It's like you got to kind of prove yourself. You got to hope, and it sucks that you help that and you don't get which the what makes life worth living. And society kind of fucks you that way because society tells you it's all about giving back. It's all about helping others. Yeah, well they're not gonna help you. They ain't gonna fucking women ain't gonna give you unless you're successful. Okay? So you know what I say about giving back? I'm sorry. Go walk around Beverly Hills. Go look at all those houses. See what they're gonna give back to you. They ain't gonna give you fucking nothing except a free phone call to police, Beverly Hills police. If you're walking around there, they ain't giving back anything. Okay? I got news for you. I got fucking news for you. It's called education. The society ain't gonna fucking give you nothing, man. All right? The rich people, they're wealthy. They got their own family. They got their own problems. They got their own lives. And they ain't going to give you nothing. Okay? Nothing. They got like gardeners, whatever, that do the jobs. They pay those people like they don't make big money off them. I guarantee you, they don't. They're like just modern day slaves, is what they are. It's all they are. It's all that shit is, man. You're just a peon. Get it? Peon. They pee on you. Plenty of people that's good enough for them. I don't know. I've never been deep into Mexico or any of these fucking third world countries. I don't know. I could just imagine. The reason they were coming here is because it's such a fucking garbage squid down there. But meanwhile, they show you these videos, really nice gyms, really nice, in like Mexico City or something like that. I ain't going there. Okay? They're all coming here. Why the hell would I go there? What's there? In Brazil or Peru, what these kind of women, you think it's going to be easier? The only place I ever heard of it being easier, some of these third world countries are like the Philippines or Indonesia, Vietnam or something like that. For some reason, or Bangkok, Thailand. I'm sorry, Thailand. Like people I know go there, it's like they have a tremendous respect for the white man there. You know, and when I say that, I imply that it's like it's easier to meet women is what I'm going after. I'm not trying to, imply, power over race or something like that. I don't, I, I don't want it to be misconstrued. But most of you people are idiots anyway that listen to this. So, I have to kind of talk down to you anyway. Um, and that's just because it's like, in a way, when you're the professor, you're like the one teaching, you are being schooled, and you kind of have to put your ego down because you are no position to say anything. You just have to shut up and listen. That's really about it. And I tell you, like, about me. That's how it is. If you don't like it, don't listen. But I don't care because you are not going to help me. Um, it doesn't matter who you are. If you're a guy, why would you help me? Um, if you're a woman, then more than likely you're just not my type. There's very few. I mean, I look all the time. I told you, like, if I see something that was so incredible, which I did today, I saw one that was the one that was with her friend, but the one I saw that was truly something special. Then on my way home, I was talking to my friend on the phone, and of course, I saw this other one that was decent plus. But God, you know, I wonder. Look, every guy is independently owned and operated, so I can't tell you what goes on in their fucking brains. I can just tell you what goes on in mine. And when I see something truly extraordinary, it's something to. It's like, you know, it's like God. It's like being in the presence of God, or it's an incredible thing. I and it bothers me because this area of with all these fags and things, they just get in the way. They just do, you know. They don't help you meet women. It's agitating, and I know it's not a nice word to use, but it's a frustration living in an area where you're not meeting any women, like you're not getting your needs met as a man, and it just carries over, it boils over into agitation. That's called being a human being. And at least I'm being authentic. Like, I really, listen, I'm going to say this nicely. I don't hate, homosexuals. I have nothing, because they're neutral. But what they do is they kind of get in the way. And actually, I hate other guys that get in the way too. And I hate guys that try to, like, get in my face and not try to help, which happens, it's not nice. I never have done that to anybody. Actually, the only thing I've done is I've boxed out guys. When I was talking to a woman and some guy tried to get in there, what I do is position your body in front of the competition. If they're trying to get in, you box them out. Very important to do this when you're trying to do pickup, because people will come out of left field. I call them like termites. They crawl out of the woodwork. Um, they show up, out of the blue, or a woman will come in there, mother hen, and try to pull it. You got to try to box these people out. It is the hardest part is a mother hen or a friend, because they have clout with that person. So it's like you're trying to box them out, but they were there before you. Um, Very, very difficult, and it's a futile effort most times. Um, it just depends. There's so many random situations. So I take every situation um, individual and accordingly. But there is a consistency. There is a consistency. So you know, um, most guys that get defensive, you know, that's a common. They don't want to see you get anything. So you're going to get different types of reactions from dudes. They're not going to be helpful. They're going to be borderline combative, which usually gets me started in of itself. It's like if you try to combat me, I will, I will try to, I will make you look like the dumbest person that ever got put on Jeopardy. Like that. That's kind of like how what I strive for. If you try to get into a verbal thing with me, that's my goal, is because I am going to really try to school you and make you look like a fool, um, because that's what you did. You're fucking messing with an expert. You have no business doing that. And plus, you don't want to test somebody that is really hungry. Okay. We found this out in Rocky 3. What happened to Rocky Balboa in the beginning of Rocky 3? He got owned. He got owned by Clubber Lang. And we saw how hard Clubber Lang tried. And what Mickey Burgess Meredith said, if you watch the movie, if you've never seen Rocky 3, watch it. He said, this guy ain't like no others. What do you mean he ain't like no others, Nick? This guy's hungry, Rock. He'll knock you to tomorrow. And that's exactly what he did. And that's what these guys, I'm not saying I'm going to knock these guys till tomorrow. Well, I will if they try to, I will knock them verbally first. They try to put a hand on me, I'll kill them. I will. They just don't know. They see like this little guy. They have no idea. That's all I've done. I trained twice today. I was going to go to the gym again for a third time. I'll go tomorrow, but you understand. I'm continually sharpening the blade of the machine. And like what I talked about, I'm carving out the stone every fucking day. And it's never good enough. Okay? It's never good enough because I want it to be so fucking strong that the second anybody fucking comes after me, I'm gonna fucking tear them apart. So the whole thing now, you want it verbally is easy, like you want to like try not to get into physical altercations because unfortunately, if you defend yourself, you could get arrested. You could, hey, but you know what? If somebody puts a hand on me, you teach them a lifelong lesson. They'll never forget it. They'll never forget it. If you break like, or turn dislocate their arm, I swear it'll be the last time they ever fuck with somebody. They'll think twice, and maybe it's worth it. Think about that. If you in life, I mean, I'm very sorry to say, but if you keep somebody from going where they need to go, there's a price to pay for that. And basically, like that's what Clubber Lang. You look how hard he trained. If you watch the movie, he trained his ass off to fight Balboa, and then he killed him. He beat the shit out of him. Of course, in the end of the movie, Rocky came back and beat him, but he had to work just as hard, if not harder, because Clubber Lang was for real, my friends. And in life, there's a lot of Clubber Langs out there. There's a lot of them. There's more people in the crowd, though. So, but you want to be, and it was kind of funny what Clubber Lang said. Hey, woman, how about you come over to my place someday? I'll show you what a real man is like. It's good. You want it, you got it. Got mad, of course. But you see, you can talk when you're in a position. I'm number one contender. Exactly. Then you can. It's not. It's not a. It's not because you've already climbed the mountain. Okay. You can enjoy the view when you climb the mountain, and that's the problem. Most people, these guys that fuck with me, they haven't climbed the mountain. They want to enjoy the view without climbing the mountain. What's going to happen is when they try to climb this mountain, there's going to be a fucking avalanche. It's going to all come down on them. It's going to be stone and fucking rock all fucking cover. It's gonna like an avalanche all on them. And that's what people try to do. Okay. Now I didn't create this society. Okay. They did. They started with this. The reason I started this channel. They picked on me. I am allowed to look at whatever I want. Now I have a friend. He's a pussy. Okay. And whatever somebody tells him to do, he does it. He's a submissive. That's called a pussy. A sub. I am not a sub. Nor am I a dominant person. Because I believe if you're dominant, that means you're looking for a sub. You're looking for somebody to push around. I am not looking for anybody to push around. So I am not a pussy, nor am I a dominator. I'm an assertive person. That is outside those two things. An assertive person holds his ground, does not dominate people, nor does he take it up the ass as a submissive. He's an assertive person. It's the right way to be. But as an assertive person, you need to be strong. And that can be misconstrued as domination. It is not. It's a misconstrued term. It can be misconstrued as aggressive also, which I've been called at the gym before. I corrected. I told them, I am not, I am being assertive. You touch my things without my permission, I will stand up for myself. If you don't stand up for yourself, who will? Oh, the police are there to save. Yeah, in the movies they are. You know how many times I've had altercations, I've called for the police, they never show up? They do anything you need? Of course. Unless they physically punch you, by that time you need an ambulance. You're going to wait for the police to do something? Or are you going to carry your own fucking mace with you? And if somebody fucks with you, you're going to stand up for yourself. That sounds like a better plan to me. I'm sorry, I didn't create the way that people think. This is just the way it goes down. I don't care if you're in Beverly Hills or Bel Air or, the worst parts of South Central. You could be the victim anytime. Not if you're on yellow alert, though. If you're on yellow alert, you're aware of everything around you, what's going on. That's the way to be. The way to be is be the modern day Spartan. It's just hard for people to understand what that is. When I say modern day Spartan warrior, they're thinking like, sleep on the dirt, and you don't understand. I'm just talking about being assertive. I'm just talking about, not letting people push you around, not allowing societal norms. The worst thing of all, if you get anything from this episode, please, please, please remember that societal norms is probably the thing that will beat you to your knees the hardest and keep you there. Worrying about what other people think of you. All those factors. It's the biggest crux, it's the biggest crutch You're so worried about what everybody thinks about you, what everybody has to think about you, or look at you and laugh at you or whatever, or you're looking suspicious. Yeah, good. Let me look suspicious then. Let me look suspicious and you go fuck yourself. Because I know in my heart, I'm thinking outside the box. I'm not doing anything wrong and I'm not breaking any fucking laws. So fuck you. Like those two guys that came up to me outside of the Abbey. Fucking tweaker fucking weirdos. You waiting for a ride? Waiting for a ride? And the guy walks off. Wouldn't even let me explain. What are you on? What the hell's wrong with you? What the fuck is wrong with you? You retard? And then I asked somebody, he says, well, he thinks that you're looking to like hurt. What? What? I'm standing out here trying to do pickup. It's called trying to meet women. What the hell's the matter with you? You never heard, you don't know what that is? Are you that stupid? Yeah. People out there, they're that stupid, okay? And it kind of like, what happened was it kind of a little intimidated me for a while because I was saying to myself, maybe I'm getting too much attention out here because he took a picture of me and stuff. But second guessed myself, like kind of keep me from trying to achieve anything in life. And that's what a lot of these people are going to try to do. I'm going to try to get you out of there somehow. What the fuck is he concerned about? What's his fucking problem? If you got a problem, I'm just standing right there. Come to me and explain me your issue. But he's a fucking weirdo. People are fucking. The fuck is wrong with those people? And I think he went to the security guard. And the security guard didn't approach me because security guard knows I'm just standing there. Club's gonna let out all these people. I know they all funnel out into the sidewalk. They just stand around there for like an hour. It's a good time to try to meet. We might forget what to go inside. Yeah, you know what? That was before they opened up the dance floor and everything like that. And now with COVID coming back and the Delta thing, I like to create as much space as possible. And I've never really had a good success anyway, inside or out. Plus, I have my water bottle with me. I get thirsty after walking. Can't bring it inside. I care more about my health, okay? From number one. And a lot of it too, it's like I just kind of like where I live, it's like I walk kind of like a circuit. And that's kind of like, part of it. I stand there for a little while, whatever, maybe 10 minutes or 15, and then I leave. More or less. Everybody trying to stop you from getting anything. What the fuck is your problem? Times in my life, I try to talk to women and dudes just come in and like box me out. It made me like this. It made me this way. I'm not a curmudgeon. I'm not upset, but what it did was it riled up my passion to try to figure out what the fuck is going on. Why are people doing this? I'm not allowed to try. I'm not allowed to go after what I like. It's kind of simple. Like, I try and if they say no, okay. But I'm not a clairvoyant psychic or mind reader. You cannot assume that people are together just because there's a man and a woman there. You can't. But social conditioning brainwashes you to think that way. And it's just that's just the beginning of it. It goes way deeper, way further than that. It'll fucking second guess your brain from taking any types of chances in life. You're gonna overthink everything. every fucking thing. Take my word for it, because I know I've got 47 years of experience, more than you, to tell you what it does. Your fucking mind can work against you based on your past experiences. Remember the fucking those goons? Remember that one I saw that I'll never forget it. There was this one, she was wow. She was the other chick, and I tried to do my approach, and these two fucking dudes behind, they all started flapping their gums. I put my hand up like this to create the separation, to get them out. They got mad. That one guy got mad. Fuck you. Don't get involved when I'm trying to talk to the women. You're not with them. Trying to box me, trying to create interference when you see I'm trying to go after mine. So I put my fucking hand up. If you are this close, then you're too fucking close, man. If I have to do that, there's a reason. I don't go out of my way to put my hand up in front of people unless they're getting into my space. Girl was walking, so I was going after her, and these guys were trying to close the space there. They weren't even together. They make it this difficult for me. Okay? Those people going like this, they're trying to create interference, so I keep me from getting mine. So guess what? I have to fucking deflect it, throw it back at them. You don't understand. This is my ride, not yours. It's my movie, not yours. And that's the attitude you have to have in life. I'm sorry. It's that hard. It's that fucking competitive. It is. Because if you don't realize that, guess what you are? You're an Amazon delivery driver. Or you're the grip on a movie set. You're a peon, a slave with nothing. You're nothing. I'll tell you one other story. I know this other guy. I'll just call him S. Goldie. Call him that. And this guy's got a master's, an MFA. I think he just got in the Producers Guild or something. But my point is that dude, he came out here from Florida. He's a good guy. And it's like Roger Corman or whatever. I don't really know if he's famous or anything. But his son, hired him to work with him. And I thought, well, hey, they're going to partner up kind of thing, create stories and everything. Oh, no. His son basically said, hey, dude, go get me coffee. Yeah. You don't fucking think people are going to fucking team up with you and help you out. Try to fucking push you down and out, man. Okay? Believe me. I've been on this roller coaster. I've been around too long. All right? If you ain't working with somebody, you're working below them. You're a fucking nothing. Don't fool yourself. Don't fool yourself, okay? You ain't the fucking star or co-star, dude. You're a fucking extra. You're nothing, okay? Don't fool yourself, man. Because you're trying to fool other people, but most importantly, you're fooling yourself. Like my friend, I told you that the bonehead that was in Ocean's 13 did a scene with George Clooney. Yeah, you're behind him, pretending you're an extra, dude. You're a fucking extra. You didn't get any lines on camera. What a Scrooge is. That's what a goylem is. That's what everybody is in this building, and that's what just about everybody is out there. You're goylem, man. You're goylem. Now, here's what separates me from all you kind of goylem. I can see behind the curtain. Now, I'm not saying that, I have all the answers. A goylem doesn't even know that there's a curtain there. Okay? And that's what most people are. That's why I'm not a goylem. I sit about that gray area above the sheep, but under the people that are the power, the success. That's where I am. I'm in that gray area. Now I'm trying to go up. I'm trying to go up, and it's fucking hard as fucking hell. There's no guarantees. No guarantees, man. But I will tell you this. If you haven't been working on it for a while and you're getting older, you only got so much time. Because I can guarantee you this, that if you're not working on something, like by the time you're like 50 years old, then the odds get bigger and bigger and bigger, harder and harder and harder, until they become ridiculous, like the rare Colonel Sanders story or something like that. A handful of people that were old that made it, that were able to do it. You ain't gonna make it, man. You ain't gonna make it because you weren't like aware. You didn't become educated. You didn't understand. I think just poor is a death sentence, is a prison sentence. It's a prison sentence. It's like it's what it feels like to me. The prison. When I saw that woman, I went after her. You will never you will listen. I would love to know, what you think pain is. You tell me what you think fucking real pain when it comes to like a woman meeting a woman. You tell me what you think pain is. And I guarantee fucking damn to you it's nothing for you. Because yours definitions of pain is something that it's like being a, and I have to admit, I was fear of rejection too. I let myself down. I let myself down. You call that word approach. To me, a full approach is getting a definitive phone number, a date, or a woman telling you no. That's a definitive approach. One of those three things have to occur. If you just go up and you say, "Oh, you look so beautiful" and everything, that's not an approach. It's not an approach. It's a compliment, and it's not a guarantee of nothing. It's nothing. It's what fucking fags do. I'm sorry. I know it's a derogatory word, but that's what I did. I'm very upset at myself. Very upset. I'm very upset at myself because, you know, I try. And somebody told me effort counts for nothing. That's not true. Don't let anybody tell you effort counts for nothing, okay? Don't let anybody ever tell you that. They're trying to break your fucking spirit. Effort is the catalyst of everything. It could change it. You could take of the guy that's like, and with the right effort, he could become something. It's tremendously important. I swear by it. I'm trying so hard. I just wish that woman would, could have felt the truth out of me. Probably just the problem is when they got bodies like that, it's like they get everything, or so you think. It doesn't matter. The bottom line is I don't get it, and that's all that matters. Remember, it's about you. You're the star of the movie. It's like you got to be selfish. You have to be, because those dudes they take everything. You get nothing. You're up against so much. It's like the Eli and the Morlock in the what's that movie? The Time Machine. H.G. Wells was a genius. The Eli and the Morlock. The Eli live above, and the Morlock live below. It's like the people live in the Hollywood Hills. They live above, and the Morlock live below. It's very accurate. Very accurate. That's why I don't believe in kids. I don't believe in pets. I don't believe in kids. You bring somebody into this fucking world. Are you out of your fucking mind? Do you have any idea what kind of war you brought somebody into? A planet with 7 billion people here that all need to survive, all need to fucking move ahead? Are you that selfish? You're out of your fucking mind. But that's human nature, is to be selfish. I can afford to have kids. Yeah, it's a moron manager that I have. Guy, they have a fucking kid who raise him in a welfare building. That's a life. Are you out of your fucking mind? No cycle. In Yiddish, that means no brain. No brain. I don't know what to tell you. And my dad, he worked hard, After he got out of the army, he worked, when cable was first starting. I remember I was very little. We had there were companies like Select TV, On TV, had these converter boxes, and they would call like an installation person to come out, set up the box, put in the antenna and stuff. My dad would take me on these calls. I would see how he did it. I was like 7 years old. But I remember, and they had premium channels, like the Z channel, the movie channel, Showtime, HBO. They're just all starting. Playboy channel, whatever. It was like pay-per-view. It was like, wow, Cable in its infancy. No commercials. Pay-per-view. Really what cable was when it first started. ESPN just starting, late 70s, 79 or whatever. My dad, opened up a small antenna repair store. I remember I was there. Never putting pressure on me to do any work or nothing. Just I would play with these little army figures and so I don't know. Then he opened up a bigger, like a VHS, video store. And in the back, he did VCR repair and went on antenna repair, calls and installation. There, I was already like 10, 11 years old, and he let me work. I put tapes back on the shelf, and I would actually use a computer, like scan in, people bring back tapes, put tapes back on the shelf. I worked for my dad. And then my dad died. It wasn't a shock to me, I knew. I mean, I don't really believe a lot in paranormal things, but I did have premonitions of my dad dying. So he was my hero. My dad's parents raised me, but they were just too old. The video store was gone, that was it. So I didn't have real good mentorship. Didn't have a mom. So it was like kind of warped. And what happens is that age is really important. 11, 12, 13. Without a normal upbringing, you are going to be abnormal. in some facet, some way or another. That's what happened to me. I know exactly, you know. It's not my dad's fault, you know. And stepmom, she's blame her partially for some things. I'm not gonna get in it, doesn't matter. But you know, you're shaped sexually, during those formative years. It's a very important time not to how do you say it? Not to create a mystery around that. And that's where the problem herein lies. That this grand mystery, you know, of the naked women, whatever, like, the Playboy. Oh my God, the magazine thing. This thing when you're young and you're exposed to this like it's some incredible thing. That can fuck you up. It can. If it's not taught to you properly. A father is supposed to do that. But, again, didn't have it. So you have to kind of learn on your own. Tough. Tough. And I didn't even get into the mother's role in it. That's, you can compound that on top of fucking you up. And then all of a sudden you're like just warped. You don't grow up normal, you ain't gonna be normal, man. Now it's not it's to say that I'm trying to think how I could say this properly. You can function in society. I mean, that's not a problem. It's not. But if you're not given opportunities, in life, you're going to start to question what's wrong with me. Like, right? It's very interesting, actually. Like psychologists, I know they love to try to figure this thing out. But you got to understand something. I mean, it's like somebody that does like porn movies. Like, why? Aren't they ashamed of like what their family would think? Or one will tell you that they need the money. Okay, a lot of people need money. They do other things, but getting fucked on camera. I mean, isn't that like kind of low? But then again, who's to say it's low? Social conditioning. I'm not saying it's right, but I am challenging the narrative of social conditioning. That's the topic. That was the narrative of this episode. So I hope that you liked it. I'm going to make some tea. I might come back on a little later. But I want you to really think about what society tells you is suspicious. Think. Is it really wrong, to approach a woman if she's walking with a guy because of social conditioning? What if they're holding hands? Guaranteed that's not a gay guy? How do you know? Social conditioning. It's a lot to think about. It's a lot to digest, I know. But the takeaway is remember you're on your own. And if you're alone and you're a wolf, you better be a fucking good one. If you're not, you're going to get eaten alive. You are. I see these dudes that, not just because of their physical stature, they'll beat you psychologically and physically. Can't allow it. I don't care how many steroids they take. That don't fucking mean nothing. Steroids is nothing without the hard work. Those people, that's all I call it blimp big, pumping up. Yeah, it's nothing. I'm not intimidated by big. Big don't mean nothing. Cena told me that in person to me. Big ain't nothing. He's right. I don't care big. Big is slow. I work on my speed too. Believe me, every fucking day. I don't just punch a bag. I fucking move. You gotta be it all, man. You gotta be everything. You gotta be fucking stone. You gotta be fucking circular blade. You'll be fucking fast. You gotta be smart too. And quick witted. Take on these fucking chumps. They fucking try to step to you. The best wins. I'm sorry. It's the way it is. The best wins. Period. At least if you're like the boldest, just that in of itself, you got to be something different, or you're going to be a goylem. Was it the best or nothing, right? Or isn't that a saying? Got to be something, man. Be something. Be something. Try, or be nothing.